Good morning, Monster Producers. Coach Burt. Hope you're doing great this morning. I want to bring you a little Tuesday rhythm. You know why we do a rhythm, don't you? Rhythm. Heart beats in a rhythm. Life happens in a rhythm. When you get out of rhythm, it's when you get all screwed up in life. You get out of a discipline. And today's Tuesday rhythm is called Instead Of. Instead of. I made a post last night. Sometimes when I wind down at the end of a day, I get creative, or my thoughts are digesting, reflecting on what happened, what didn't happen, what we did well, what we didn't do well, and I hear a lot of people complain about things like, well, I didn't get enough attention. And I basically said in the post, instead of complaining about not getting enough attention, right? Instead of complaining about not getting attention, how about becoming so good that they can't ignore you? Instead of complaining that people are not giving you your due and respect, why don't you get in the flow and proximity of their life so they have to give you respect? Instead of listening to people who are producing at a lower level than you and taking advice from them, whomever that may be, and that could be your spouse, by the way. That could be your closest friends, by the way. Instead of taking advice and counsel from those people, why don't you go get advice and counsel from somebody producing at 5 times higher than you, or even 10 times higher than you? Instead of complaining that you don't have enough leads, why don't you dig into the selling system and increase your call times? Instead of complaining that people won't buy your product and they're choosing other people over you, why don't you get better, right? Why don't you get better at explaining the value of your product? So when you think about these concepts, this instead of doing this, you do this. It's like an alternative, right? It's like either or. Like, I can complain and whine, or I can do something, right? So I just see a lot of people say a lot of things. Well, the market's slowing down, and instead of complaining about the market, dig in harder, make more calls, be more aggressive in your follow-up, go to more events, create more events. Instead of complaining, take action. All of the stuff we're talking about this month, guys, is straight out of the book Inside the Mind of a Monster. It's straight out of the book Inside the Mind of a Monster. And it is really about how do you play this game? Instead of this, do this. No matter what life gives you. Okay, thank you. Okay, instead of this, do this. Well, I got a revenue problem. Can't get my revenue up. Hey, instead of goofing off, vacationing, get your booty in there and work. Okay, I can't do this. Instead of that, do this. So I'm trying to toughen my monsters up, guys, because I think the world needs a lot more toughness. And if you came to work with me for a day and you sit in the shoe, you listen to my sales team make outbound calls and talk to our clients, and instead of complaining about something not working, why don't you make it work? That's my point. Is that it is working for a lot of people that work it. But those people do not whine, they don't complain, they don't make excuses. So we're going inside the mind of a monster. I'm trying to toughen you up and get you tough enough in a modern and competitive world, man. You got to get in line, right? You got to get in line. Instead of being at the back of the line, get up at the front of the line. That's what I'm thinking. So today I'm going to be in Hendersonville from 10:45 to noon. If you're in Monster Producer and you haven't come to class this month, there's been already 2, 3, 5 opportunities for you to come in person. Today will be 6th. Number 7 and 8 will be in Knoxville and Chattanooga on Friday of this week. And so I want to see you in Memphis. I'll be in Memphis, Tennessee on Wednesday with Jason Daniels at Evolve 901. Book launch, I'll be speaking to the Memphis Bankers Association, a Mortgage Bankers Association on Wednesday. Thursday, I'll be in Kansas City speaking to the Kansas City Mortgage Bankers Association. Hey, instead of looking at your schedule and seeing white space, why don't you fill it up? Fill it up with meetings and activity and effort. That's inside the mind of a monster, guys. Hope you have a great day. Everybody needs a good coach. Man, I'm on.